Good evening, everybody, and welcome to day 2 of the 30 days of WrestleScope. I am John. Oh, hold on. Let me turn that down real quick because we're going to get some feedback here in just a second. It is the Smackdown review, my very first live review show. Can you believe it? I'm actually doing a live review show. Never done one before. So, figured tonight was a good night to do it, since we are in the 30 days of WrestleScope. As always, check it out here underneath everything. Go ahead and follow me on all our different social media platforms. We have TikTok, we have Twitter, and we have Instagram. Check out all of them. And of course, well, we got to get this over. I'm losing my stuff. Here we go. And of course, give us a like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and, well, share this with everybody. Share it. And we've got 30 days of WrestleScope. There we go. We are going to talk about Smackdown, the final live Smackdown in the current Thunderdome at Tropicana Field. Next week's is pre-taped, which actually I think it may have already been taped. It was either already taped or it's going to be taped over the weekend. And quite honestly, this was not a very good show. It really was not a good show. The opening promo, the first half an hour was really good. You had the Edge promo to start things off where he kind of tried explaining why he did what he did, kind of on that fence line of, okay, you know, I'm kind of the good guy, I'm kind of the bad guy, I did this for a reason, why did I do this? Going back and forth, really leaning more towards heel than anything else right now, obviously, because they're really trying to push Daniel Bryan as the babyface in this triple threat match. It was a good promo. It was a good Edge promo. It wasn't too long. It was just what it needed to be. It wasn't like a Miz and Morrison segment that goes on for an hour and a half. This was just right. He hit all the key tones, all the key points that he needed to. Very good promo by Edge. Then that led into an 8-man tag team match, which they finally announced that it's going to be a fatal 4-way tag team match for the SmackDown tag team titles. It's going to be the Dirty Dogs, the champions, Bobby Roode and Dolph Ziggler, taking on Alpha Academy of Chad Gable and Otis, taking on Rey and Dominic Mysterio and the Street Profits. And of course, you know, you have to have an 8-man tag with, you know, 2 teams on each side, champions and their other heel competitors taking on the baby faces. No big shock there. And it was Alpha Academy. It was Otis coming up with the big win after a splash. Good 8-man tag, you know, nice little filler. Leading in perfectly to the Wrestlemania Smackdown, which I'll get into a little bit later of just how disappointed I am with that and why I think this is a really bad decision by WWE. Then we ended up getting a very good in-ring segment with 2 contrasting suits. You have Corey Graves wearing something similar to what I'm wearing, just a little bit more colorful. And then Mr. Drip himself, Seth Rollins. I really want to know where he's getting his suits from. I don't know if he's getting them from Oppo suits, like my stuff. I'm going to have to tag Oppo suits in this. Actually, I did tag them on Twitter earlier. We'll see if they respond to me at all. But I definitely want to know where Seth Rollins gets his drip from, because he's got some awesome clothes since coming back. But a great in-ring segment with Rollins and Cesaro. Seth Rollins is just so doggone good on the microphone. And I think that if there's any weakness in Cesaro's game, it's his mic skills. And maybe that's because they really haven't used him for promos much in his WWE career. Obviously, he's really leaning heavily on the whole swing thing. And I tweeted earlier, and actually, let me see if I can bring it up here. Let's see if I can find it. I want to see if I can actually share the screen. Let's see. Let's see if it'll allow me to do this. And if I don't end up showing the wrong thing here. Don't want to show you guys the wrong thing. Here we go. We'll get this up on the screen. There it is right there. Oh, we got somebody making an appearance. Hey, you want to come in and say hi? Oh, hold on. Let's actually get rid of the share screen here real quick. We will stop sharing and everybody say, Jonah, say hi. Hi. He's not going to talk. Okay, you going to bed? All right, good night, buddy. Love you. I feel almost like Alex McCarthy when his kids come into his stuff. But let's go back and share that again. Let's see. Yeah, this is what I tweeted earlier. If you'll allow me to do it. Whoa. Why is it flashing? I don't know why it's flashing. That is really annoying. I'm going to get that off the screen. But basically, I said I wish Cesaro would have started singing John Anderson's Swingin' in the Ring. And if you're not familiar with that song, just after the broadcast, Google it. John Anderson's Swingin'. Really bad 80s song, but it would have been a hilarious moment. Really, truly would have been hilarious. But really no physical confrontation between the two. Which I think is good. I mean, they've had enough physical confrontation over the last couple of weeks. It was kind of a nice wrap up to the lead into their matchup coming up at Wrestlemania. It was at that point that the show fell off the rails, quite honestly. We go from 35, 40 minutes of really quality wrestling entertainment into just a train wreck. First, we get a singles match, which on paper should be halfway decent. Shayna Baszler, one half of the WWE Women's Tag Team Champions, taking on Natalya. And this match lasted all of about 37 seconds. We got roll-up, countered into another roll-up, countered into a roll-up, and Natalya getting the win. Shayna Baszler, once again, getting pinned in a really cheap fashion. And I've mentioned this to numerous people. I've tweeted this numbers of times, and I really wish if I had a wrestling wish, it would be that Shayna Baszler goes back to being the NXT badass that she was, because everything they are doing with her on the main roster right now absolutely sucks. Okay? I'm just going to say it. It absolutely sucks. And this led into Nia Jax coming into the ring and attacking Natalya, then Tamina coming in. Then I don't know if I've got the order here right, but I'm going to try getting it right. We end up with the Riot Squad coming in, and then Mandy and Dana, and then Lana and Naomi. So are we setting up for a 10-woman match for the tag team titles at WrestleMania? I don't know. I'm keeping my Twitter open here to see if anything pops up, but they haven't announced anything for the women's tag team championships yet. And it looks like it's going to be, unless, God forbid, Shayna and Nia are on both nights where they do, oh my goodness, you realize what they could end up doing. Triple threat match against Natty and Tamina and the Riot Squad on one night, and then a triple threat on night 2 against Mandy and Dana and Lana and Naomi, which means we would get Reginald on both nights of WrestleMania. You realize it's going to happen now. You do realize that. And I don't know if I'm the first one putting this out there. There's a lot of people on right now, a lot of good people. I'm actually looking at one right now on Sportskeeda. You got Rick and SP3 talking about this. I know Denise Salcedo is on right now too on Fightful. So a lot of people on YouTube right now talking about SmackDown. But I bet you I'm the only one that brought that up. So yeah, we have that disaster, and then we go into the backstage segment where Sami Zayn, with his drip, man, I'm telling you that the guys were dressed to the nines tonight, weren't they? Sami Zayn on the red carpet, waiting in the back for Logan Paul, shows up in the massive limo SUV. He brings out his special guest, Logan Paul. Then they're out in the ring, and Sammy's just gushing left and right. And I don't know if it's just me. If you watched that segment and you watched the close-ups of Logan Paul before the trailer aired, he looked really uncomfortable and really confused. Like he wasn't sure how he should be reacting to anything. And you'd think a guy of his stature on YouTube and other social media that he'd feel a little bit more comfortable out there, but he really didn't look it. When he talked, he was fine, but just the facial expressions. So they go and show the trailer, quote unquote. And well, it was WWE video production quality. It was good. It was really good. A lot of clips of things that we'd seen Sami do on TV, some new things that we hadn't seen before. It actually was quite entertaining. I will admit it. And then we come back to Sami in the ring, talking about trying to get Logan Paul to talk about how great it was. And then Logan busts out that, hey, Kevin Owens came and talked to me in the locker room, blah, blah, blah. And all of a sudden KO comes in and just stuns Sami and is yelling at him, telling, this is stupid. I'm going to knock some sense into you. And then he pushes Logan Paul out of the way, which I think is leading to, since Logan was invited by Sami Zayn as his special guest at Wrestlemania, Logan Paul is going to physically get involved somehow in this match, whether it's against KO or Sami or both. And is that going to lead to something in the future with Logan Paul? I don't know. We shall see. Go to commercial break, come back. We see Sami Zayn attack Kevin Owens as he's getting interviewed by generic interviewer number 17 in the back, and then he runs off scared. Then we end up seeing Edge with Adam Pearce and Sonya Deville. One thing we had missed that I missed mentioning earlier, after Edge's promo, he was talking about how, with generic interviewer in the back again, he was going to be at commentary for the street fight, the main event of Daniel Bryan and Jey Uso. And, it wouldn't be a bad thing if, Daniel got taken out, blah, blah, blah. Is Edge going to get involved? Wow. Big shock. So he's in with Adam and Sonya. He mentions he's going to be on commentary for tonight. And, basically tells Adam, hey, I'm not happy with your decision last week, so on and so forth. Then we see the tag team champions, the women's tag team champions with Reginald walking backstage, and we see Carmella and Reginald. I missed what he said to her, but basically just blew her off. We get Carmella versus Bianca. Carmella attacking Bianca pre-match. I thought, this has the potential to be a good match. Well, it wasn't. It was very sloppy. It just was not a really good match at all. Only went a few minutes. Bianca hits the KOD for the win. Sasha comes out of nowhere and hits Bianca post-match. And then we get just kind of a very bizarre situation where Bianca basically tells her, nope, we're not doing this now. And an uncomfortable point at the Wrestlemania sign. And we're going to do this next week at Wrestlemania. And Sasha just bails out of the ring. Huh? What? What the heck was that? That was exactly actually my reaction on Twitter. What the heck was that? It made no sense. I mean, Bianca finally is looking a little bit better, but man, she had a promo prior to the match, and it was a really good promo until she brought up Reginald. Like, we just can't get rid of this goon. Get him away from these title matches, please. Then we get just another strange promo. It's Apollo Crews with his really bad accent, his overdone accent, talking about his match with Big E for the Intercontinental title at WrestleMania, and it's going to be a Nigerian drum fight. And basically, you can do whatever you want. You can do anything. You can beat them so hard it's going to sound like the Nigerian drums. Does this mean we're going to have a bunch of drums around the ring? WWE, what the heck are you doing? Then things finally get back on track. After all this 40-plus minutes of mess, we get back on track, and it's Edge and Paul Heyman in gorilla position. Heyman is talking to Edge and, basically needling him, hey, this was supposed to be you and Roman one-on-one. Daniel Bryan weaseled his way in. He shouldn't be in this match. It shouldn't be a triple threat match. Trying to push the envelope here, because I think after what Edge said to Roman last week about, hey, I don't have to pin you to win now that he's in it. I think trying to push Edge to take out Daniel Bryan during this street fight. And as expected, as you would expect, a Daniel Bryan Jey Uso main event match on SmackDown was great. It was the best thing on the show, as the main event should be. They pulled out all the stops, chairs, chains, using the announce table, using ring posts, just a lot of great things. Before the final commercial break, Roman Reigns comes out with Paul Heyman pushing his chair, and he sits at the top of the ramp. Edge on commentary. It's just a really, really good match, and we got to see a different side of Daniel Bryan. The hard-nosed, do whatever it takes to win babyface Daniel Bryan hits the shoulder of Jey Uso numerous times with the steel chain and puts him in the yes lock and gets the submission win, and immediately goes to attack Edge. Does the running knee, beats him up, throws him into the ring post, just fantastic. And then he puts his focus on the tribal chief, Roman Reigns. And he slowly makes his way up there, and Roman, realizing Daniel's coming for him, grabs a chair, tries throwing it at him. Daniel runs at him, ducks, I think it was a clothesline or a punch, hits him with the running knee, and puts him in the yes lock on the ramp. This is the perfect way to build up Daniel Bryan, who is obviously the underdog in this match. Neither Roman or Edge want him in this match. They see him as a threat. They don't want him there, and they're trying desperately to take him out. And he's standing tall at the end of the show. This was a great way to end this show. Started off strong, ended strong. The middle was an absolute disaster. I don't know what in the world WWE is thinking right now. And I'm going to transition now. We'll talk about my thoughts on the whole WrestleMania Smackdown, where have they suddenly turned WrestleMania into 3 nights? That's certainly what it's looking like. It's a 3-night show now, with the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal on Friday night. You've got the 4-team tag team championship match also that night. Realistically, you are looking at about an hour to an hour and 10 minutes right there taken up of the show. They're going to have obviously some focus on Roman and Edge and Daniel Bryan leading into things. They may throw in one more match in there, but the 2 matches announced are going to take up the great majority of the show. I really don't see any other matches being thrown in. There obviously be something most likely with the Women's Tag Team Championship. We'll get some sort of involvement there. I don't know. Maybe something from Big E too, but it's going to be 2 matches, and the focus is going to be pushing Wrestlemania. This is the cheap way out for WWE. Really, it is, because obviously, one, they don't want to do a pre-show on Saturday on day one, because I still believe the opening match of WrestleMania is going to be Bobby Lashley defending his title against Drew McIntyre, because Drew McIntyre has said in numerous interviews he wants to be the first guy out, the first guy in the ring when they have fans in the stands. And that's why there's not going to be a pre-show on Saturday. Will there be, or no pre-show match, I should say, on Saturday? Will there be one Sunday? Potentially. There could potentially be one. I don't know at this point. You know, maybe, maybe not. It really looks like WWE is trying to build the 2 nights of WrestleMania, much like NXT has built their takeovers. 5 matches, they leave it at that. But SmackDown next week, maybe I'll be surprised, but you look at the guys that are in the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, which it's really disappointing, because that's kind of an opportunity for these guys to get on the WrestleMania stage in front of the fans. And maybe it's because they don't want to have that many guys in the ring at once with all the fans there, and that's why they're doing the 4-team tag team match on SmackDown too. But then again, what are you going to do with the women's tag team titles then? Maybe that's why they're doing it. I don't know. I haven't seen or heard any reports of why they're doing it this way. I'm sure Dave Meltzer will probably have something in the next couple of days. And if he does, I will put it either on here or on TikTok. Well, would love to know, if you're watching this on replay, leave in the comments your thoughts on tonight's show. Again, the first half hour to 40 minutes was really good. I liked it. The main event, the last 20, 25 minutes of the show was fantastic, but the middle hour was awful. I think the main event really saved the show. I'd probably have to give it a really low 3 out of 5 on a 5-star scale. Just again, because the opening, the 2 big promos at the beginning, and then the 8-man tag match was good, and obviously the main event and everything that happened there really saved this show. But again, leave your comments here. Would love to know what you thought of the show. Tomorrow, Saturday, is going to be WrestleScope Weekly. Lots of things to get caught up on this week. Going to talk about, obviously, I think the big news this week is Chris Jericho is going to be appearing on the post-WrestleMania edition of Steve Austin's Broken Skull Sessions on the Peacock Network. Like, yeah, Chris Jericho coming back to WWE. Who'd have thought? I can't wait to watch that. That is going to be exciting. I think that's going to be the highest. It's going to exceed the ratings, the viewership of The Undertaker, without a doubt. Will they talk a lot about AEW? I don't know. We shall see, but that's going to be entertaining. But a lot of things to talk about on WrestleScope Weekly this week. I don't have a definitive time on it yet. I am shooting for that 2 p.m. Central Time spot. We're going to try keeping that for the next couple of weeks until my son's soccer season starts, and we'll see where things go. But going to continue on with 30 days of WrestleScope here on YouTube. Trying to hit YouTube content every single day of the month of April. And the reason I'm doing that, it's because my birthday is this month. So it's my birthday month, and that's how I'm celebrating this year, is by doing 30 days of content on my YouTube channel. Yeah, talk about bizarre. All right. So make sure you, excuse me. Let me get a drink of water real quick here. We're going to wrap this up. I'm actually going to go check out SP3 and Rick over on Sports Keto right now. See what my buddies over there are doing. Oh, hey, real quick. You know what? I got to do this. I got to throw this in. Congratulations to my friends over at Wrestling Daily. They hit their 10,000 subscribers yesterday. They are launching merchandise now, which is exciting. So congratulations to Alex McCarthy, Louis Dangor, Steph Chase, and SP3 from True Heel Heat over on Wrestling Daily. Congratulations to them on hitting 10,000 subscribers in a very short period of time. They definitely do it. Deserve it. I'm excited for them. They are on Tuesday through Friday, every Tuesday through Friday at 2 p.m. Central Time, 3 p.m. Eastern Time. I believe it's 8 p.m. in England. So congratulations to them. Can't wait to see the merchandise roll out next week. But hey, enough about them. Let's talk about me. Make sure you follow me on TikTok, on Twitter, and on Instagram. I'm going to be ramping up the posts next week, obviously, with Wrestlemania week, a big, huge week next week in wrestling. How am I going to keep up with it as a one-man show? I don't know. I really don't know. I think I might open things up one day. Not sure which day I'm going to do it. But I'm going to pre-promote it out there where we're going to do a kind of an Ask John Anything kind of a stream. We'll figure out a day and a time, and I will announce that well in advance so everybody can jump in and give everybody an opportunity, too, if you want to send me questions on TikTok, on Twitter, on Instagram, wherever it may be, or if you want to jump in the chats live, we greatly appreciate it. But yeah, check out all of my different social media scrolling right there down on the bottom. TikTok is at WrestleScope TV. Twitter is at TV_Wrestle. And Instagram is just simply at WrestleScope. And as always, please give this video a like, subscribe to the channel. Thank you very much. We're at 92. I'm only 908 away from 1,000 subscribers. That's going to be my big running gag now. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so you get updated every time something new is coming on, which means you're going to be getting notifications every day this coming month. Yeah, it's a month. So thank you very much. This has been the Smackdown review here on WrestleScope TV. I'm John. We'll be back tomorrow, Saturday, 2 p.m. Central Time, tentatively, with WrestleScope Weekly. Have a great night, everybody, and we'll see you tomorrow.